dad has passed away,
and we installed a memorial tree and a memorial bench in the honor of my dad. To help for my grieving mom. My dad was cremated, and at the time we didn't know quite what to do with his ashes. And recently my mom wanted to bury his ashes to a cemetery. So I sent out an email to all my siblings if they would like to share the cost of the cremation, of the burial, and all of our four siblings are financially stable. And one of my sisters, she got angry, upset, and said, we did the memorial tree, we did the bench. Why do we have to share the burial cost? And this seems like endless cost. And this is very burden on me. In Korean, she said, 부담. And I said, well, if you feel that way, then you don't have to. There was a tension in the conversation, and since then, she has not contacted my mom or called her. My mom is grieving. So currently, I am a student of Jeongto Bulgyo Daehak, Jeongto Buddhist School, college, and I've learned what you said about knowing the truth. And the truth is that my sister and I are different. I have found some peace in that, but there are some days that I don't have peace. So it's like a seesaw. Someday I have peace, and some days I'm angry and sad. So I ask for your guidance in having peace in my heart.
네, 왜 화가 납니까?
Why are you angry?
My parents deserve more, and I feel she's not being giving, like giving to our parents.
우리가 자녀를 양육하는 것이 보상을 받기 위해서 합니까?
Do we raise our children to be compensated for?
No.
근데 왜 부모님에게 충분히 베풀지 않았다고 생각합니까?
Then why do you feel your sister has not done enough to your parents?
I feel for the burial cost, it is children's duty to do that, and not only the duty, it should be willing. That's my perception. It should be willing.
네, 그러면 나무를 심고 벤치를 설치하기 전에 묘부터 먼저 쓰지 왜 그걸 먼저 했습니까?
Then why should you plant the tree and the memorial bench first before burying your father's ashes?
We didn't know at that time there was that option. They were saying only scattering to the ocean, and my mom wasn't comfortable with that. And like in Korea, I heard there are trees where you could do that, and we don't have that here in Canada. And we recently learned that we could do a burial.
그러면 그게 어머니의 초과적 요구를 자녀가 듣지 않았다고 해서 왜 그게 자녀의 책임입니까?
So why is it your sister's responsibility to listen to your mother's additional request?
Yeah, I guess it's not her responsibility.
It's not her responsibility.
나라마다 또는 종교마다 또 종족마다 이 장례 문화가 다릅니다.
So every country, every tribe, every ethnicity, every culture has different culture of mourning.
이럴 때 어떤 것이 어떤 우리가 합당한 것인가 하는 것을 찾기가 어렵습니다.
So it's very difficult to find what's reasonable about all these.
문화가 서로 다르다는 것은 이 의식이 서로 다르다는 거예요.
When we say the cultures are different, we also mean that our kind of awareness or consciousness of frame is also different by which we look at this.
즉 정신적인 문제죠.
So it's a mental issue.
그럴 때 우리가 어떤 공통점을 발견하려면 어떤 자연 생태계를 살펴봐야 합니다.
So across different construct, mental construct, if you want to find the common threads, you have to almost look to nature.
그럴 때 자연 동물들이 어떻습니까?
And see how the nature behaves, animals behave.
만약에 새끼를 낳는다면 어미는 그 새끼를 보호합니다.
If they're very young, they protect the young.
목숨을 바쳐서라도 보호하려고 합니다.
And they're willing to sacrifice even their lives to protect the young.
모든 생명은 자기 생명을 가장 소중하게 여깁니다.
And all lives regard their own lives as most important.
그런데 새끼를 낳은 어미는 자기 생명보다 새끼 생명을 더 소중하게 여깁니다.
However, the mother that bore young considers that young's life more important than her own.
이것은 새끼를 낳게 된 어미에게는 저절로 일어나는 현상입니다.
It's a kind of automatic natural phenomenon that occurs to a mother that bore a young.
이것을 우리는 생물학적으로 종족 보존의 본능이라고 합니다.
It's, we call this the survival instinct.
만약에 이런 본능이 없다면 그 종이 지속적으로 유지될 수가 없습니다.
Because without such survival instinct of the individual members of that species, the whole species as a whole cannot survive.
하나의 종이 지속적으로 유지하려면 모든 생명은 자기 생명을 보존할 그런 본능이 있고, 두 번째는 새끼를 낳았을 때 일정한 기간 새끼가 자립할 때까지 새끼를 보호할 그런 본능이 있습니다.
So for a species to survive, all individual members of that species has this instinct to survive, protect their own, as well as when they bear a young, protect the young for a certain period of time.
그런데 새끼가 커서 자립을 할 수 있으면 이 어미에게는 새끼를 보호할 본능이 없어져 버립니다.
But when the young grows up to be an adult, to be independent, autonomous, then that instinct to protect that young disappears.
근데 어미가 늙어서 죽게 돼도 새끼가 그 늙은 어미를 보호하는 본능은 없습니다.
However, there's no instinct that compels the young, when it's all grown up, to go back and protect and care for the mother who is old and feeble.
아무리 늙어도 그것은 보호받아야 할 그런 생명의 입장에서는 보호받아야 될 게 아니라 자기 생명은 자기가 지켜야 합니다.
But from a life perspective, no matter how old and feeble you are, you're responsible for your own life.
이 사람은 이런 생명의 본능과 그리고 우리 정신적인 그거와 추가되는 어떤 정신적인 문화의 작용이 있습니다.
However, in human beings, we build upon this, instinct, a certain mental construct that drives our culture.
그래서 우리가 생명의 입장에서 볼 때는 어린 자녀를 보호하는 것은 부모의 책임이지만은 늙은 부모를 모시는 것은 책임은 아닙니다.
So from a life baseline perspective, it is our responsibility to take care of our young. However, it is not our responsibility to take care of the old.
그러나 우리들의 정신작용은 때로는 남도 보살피고 늙은 부모도 보살피고 또 이렇게 동물과는 조금 다른 그런 성격을 갖기도 합니다.
However, we're not the same as animals, right? So we have a certain mental construct that allows us to take care of strangers in addition to our own parents.
또 반대로 다른 생명을 해치기도 합니다.
But at the same time, we also choose to harm others.
그러니까 이것은 생명의 작용이라기보다는 우리들의 정신적 작용입니다.
So this behavior comes out of the kind of mental construct we have built upon kind of the baseline life that we are part of.
그러니까 부모가 자녀를 키우는 것은 생명 현상이기 때문에 그건 어떤 보상을 요구해서는 안 됩니다.
So the parents rearing their young, caring for them, since it's part of kind of our life baseline, you should not be entitled. You shouldn't feel entitled to a compensation.
그러나 성인이 된 자녀를 돌보는 것은 부모의 책임이 아닙니다.
However, if the child grows up to be an adult, then it's no longer the parent's responsibility to take care of that adult child.
그것은 자신의 선택입니다.
And that becomes a matter of choice.
부모를 돌보는 것은 의무라기보다는 선택사항에 들어갑니다.
So likewise, the adult child taking care of the old parents is a matter of choice.
이웃을 돌보는 것도 의무가 아니라 선택사항입니다.
Similar to taking care of your neighbor is a matter of choice.
병든 사람을 보호하는 것도 선택에 들어가고요.
Caring for the sick is also a choice.
이것은 사람이 좀 사람답기 위해서 우리가 권유하는 겁니다.
It's something that we recommend to engage in this type of behavior so we can live as a warm human society.
그런 일을 하면 우리는 그를 칭찬합니다.
So if somebody engages in that choice, in that behavior, he praises upon them.
그러나 그런 일을 하지 않는다고 비난해서는 안 됩니다.
However, just because somebody else has not engaged in those good behaviors doesn't mean they deserve our criticism.
그래서 부모에 대한 뜻을 받드는 것은 받드는 사람을 우리가 칭찬할 수는 있지만 그걸 받들지 않는다고 비난해서는 안 됩니다.
So if an adult child kind of agrees and accepts a parent's recommendation or wishes, we can give them praise. However, just because they don't, we can't criticize them.
그러니까 그 시스터가 하면 좋은 일이죠. 그러나 하지 않는다고 미워하거나 원망하거나 해서는 안 될 일이다고 생각합니다.
So going back to your case, it would be good. It would be a good thing for your sister to kind of share the cost and listen and honor the request of your mother. But just because she chooses not to, she should not be criticized.
여기서 누구도 잘못했다고 할 수는 없습니다.
So no one's at fault in this scenario.
엄마는 남편을 묘에 묻고 싶다. 그건 엄마의 마음입니다.
So your mother wants to bury her husband's ashes, in the earth. That's her request. That's her desire.
엄마는 그런 마음을 자녀들에게 표현할 자유가 있습니다.
And she is free to express that request and desire to her kids.
자녀들은 그것을 동의해서 그렇게 할 수도 있고 동의하지 않아서 그렇게 하지도 않을 자유가 있습니다.
But her children likewise possess the freedom to listen to her and address her wishes, her desires, or not.
젊은 자의 형제들은 나무를 심고 벤치를 설치하는 데까지는 동의를 했기 때문에 부담을 기꺼이 진 겁니다.
Your siblings share the cost of the tree, memoriam tree, as well as the bench because they agreed to do that.
그러나 묘를 쓰는 거에 대해서는 화장을 해서 왜 묘를 쓸까? 그럼 벤치는 뭐 때문에 만들고 나무는 뭐 때문에 심었을까? 이렇게 이의를 제기할 수가 있습니다.
However, when it comes to burials, they could rightfully ask, why do we cremate our father when we were going to bury him anyways?
Anyway.
그렇기 때문에 나는 거기에 동의를 못하기 때문에 부담을 하지 않겠다. 이렇게 자기 의견을 낼 수가 있습니다.
That it's possible for your citizen to say, since I don't agree with that course of action, I refuse to participate financially.
근데 문제는 질문자가 문제입니다.
So the problem comes back to you.
질문자가 어머니가 과한 요구를 했다고 해서 어머니를 미워하거나 동생이 부담을 하지 않겠다고 해서 동생을 미워한다면 그건 질문자가 잘못된 생각을 한 겁니다.
So if you feel disturbed because your mother made a additional request, or you feel disturbed because your sister would not willingly take on that request and participate, then that becomes your problem.
형제들에게 얘기했어. 동의하면 그렇게 하면 되고 동의 안 하면 그럼 동의하는 사람만 할 건지 어머니한테 일부가 동의를 하지 않으니까 하지 않겠다고 말하든지 그렇게 얘기하면 됩니다.
So talk to your siblings, and if some agree, some don't, and just relay it to your mother.
어머니가 그 때문에 슬퍼한다 해도 그것은 여러분들이 책임이 아닙니다.
And even if your mom feels sad that not everybody's participating, you're not responsible for her sadness.
이 세상에 우리가 원하는 것이 다 이루어질 수는 없습니다.
Because we can't get everything we want in this life.
근데 어머니가 슬퍼하는 것이 어머니 문제가 아니라 그걸 보는 내가 좀 힘든다면 나를 위해서 어머니의 슬픔을 없애는 것을 내가 선택할 수가 있다는 거예요.
But if you feel disturbed, if your peace is disturbed, you're sad because you're looking at your mother being sad, then you can make a choice to mitigate your own sadness.
그걸 어머니를 위해서 내가 묘를 만든다 이렇게 생각하면 안 됩니다.
So that means you can't think that you want to bury your father's ashes for your mother.
어머니의 슬픔을 보는 내가 힘들기 때문에 묘를 만드는 겁니다.
You want to bury your father's ashes because you want to mitigate, lessen your own suffering that you get by looking at the suffering that your mother's going.
그러니까 딸이 어머니에게 연락하지 않는 것은 그 시스터의 자유입니다.
Now your sister has a right, she's free not to contact your mom.
그것을 슬퍼하는 그래서 엄마가 슬퍼하는데 슬퍼하는 것은 어머니입니다.
And your mother has a right, she's free to feel sad about it.
묘를 만들겠다고 약간 과한 마음을 낸 과보가 딸이 거절하는 그런 과보를 받은 겁니다.
Basically, so your mother's wanted this extra thing, to memorialize her husband, but that action had consequences, and she's reaping the consequences of that action.
만약에 자기가 나중에 어머니 같은 꼴이 입장이 됐다면 딸에게 전화했어. 엄마가 조금 과한 욕심을 냈구나. 그래, 너의 마음도 이해한다. 그러면 내가 이 계획을 취소할게. 이렇게 전화를 하면 금방 해결이 됩니다.
If you are in a small situation, many years from now, then if you just pick up your phone and call your own daughter and say, you know what, I might have, exceeded my request or might have overdone it in my desire, and I apologize, and I'll just withdraw that request, and then this problem will be solved.
근데 자기가 어머니에게 그렇게 하라고 의견은 낼 수 있지만은 그것을 요구할 수는 없습니다.
And you can actually suggest this action to your mother. However, you can't demand it of her.
아니면 자기가 동생에게 전화해서 부담은 안 해도 되니까 어머니한테 연락은 해주세요. 이렇게 말할 수는 있습니다.
But you can also choose to call your sister and say, you know what, I have to share the cost, but please, if you could, reach out to the mom, to our mom, that'd be great.
이것은 동생을 위해서도 아니고 어머니를 위해서도 아니고 나를 위해서입니다.
But all these actions are not for your sister, nor for your mom. It's for me.
For me.
왜냐하면 슬퍼하는 어머니를 보는 내 마음이 불편하기 때문입니다.
Because it is my mind that's suffering, looking at the sadness that's coming from my mother.
근데 문제는 이것은 힘든 내 마음을 해결하기 위해서 내가 엄마를 설득하든 동생을 설득한다 이런 관점을 가져야 됩니다.
But however, the most important thing is that you have to realize that you are trying to solve your own suffering, engaging whatever actions you're engaging.
근데 엄마를 위해서 동생을 위해서 내가 역할을 한다 이렇게 생각하면 만약에 내 뜻대로 안 되면 내가 다시 화가 나거나 괴로워집니다.
But if you think you're doing this, on behalf of your mother or on behalf of your sister, then if it doesn't actually work out, then you become angry.
그들은 나의 제안에 동의할 수도 있고 동의 안 할 수도 있습니다.
Because they can agree with my suggestion or not.
이제 이런 관점에서 한번 바라보시면 어떨까요?
So, what about you kind of reframe the perspective that you're looking at this issue?
이것은 늘 일어날 수 있는 우리의 일상입니다.
Because this is something that can happen to any one of us.
즉 엄마와 딸이 시스터가 의견이 다르다는 거예요.
The fact that your mother and one of your siblings has a difference in opinion.
그것을 보고 지금 질문자가 괴로워한다는 거예요.
As you're looking at that, you're witnessing that difference in opinion, then you're suffering because of it.
그래서 내가 왜 화가 납니까? 이렇게 물어본 거예요.
That's why I asked you at the beginning of this question, why do you feel angry?
Can I say something?
I say something.
There's just a lot of things going through my mind right now. I think the biggest takeaway is that my sister has the freedom to say no. Like she has the freedom to say no. And I have told her that she doesn't have to contribute. It's already paid for now. And my mom doesn't blame her. She actually feels bad for her. Not bad for her, she feels for her. And she reached out to my sister and they're going to have, they're going to meet up or something like that. And also another takeaway is that this should be done for me, not for my sister or for my mom, my grieving mom, not to watch that. But the conversation, like if I were to call my sister and say, you don't have to, in a very kind way, and say, why don't you give a call to mom? I think that would give me a lot of peace. That's not what I expected you would say. I thought you would say something different, but thank you so much.
너 부담 안 해도 된다. 내가 다 부담할게. 이건 시스터 입장에서는 자기 돈은 안 들지만 기분은 썩 좋은 얘기는 아니에요.
Even if you call her and say, you know what, you don't have to contribute, I'll take care of it. Well, that does relieve her from contributing financially. Probably doesn't make her feel good.
왜냐하면 그래, 니만 효자고 나는 불효다. 얘 기분이 나빠요.
Because your sister will think that you're the good daughters and I'm the bad daughter now.
그렇기 때문에 별로 전하고 싶지가 않는 거예요.
No, that's why she doesn't want to really participate.
또 엄마한테 자기 부담 안 한 입장에서 또 전화하기가 미안한 것도 있고.
Of course, she also feels guilty, and she doesn't want to kind of reach out to your mom when she has expressed her that she does not want to contribute financially.
자기도 좀 부담을 하고 기꺼이 엄마 나 좀 냈다 이렇게 자랑하고 싶잖아요.
Because she also wants that approval, right, from her mother, saying that she contribute.
근데 자기는 지금 그럴 처지가 못 되니까 전화하기가 어렵죠.
That's why she feels reluctant to reach out.
그러니까 동생인 경제적 부담을 동생한테 안 시킨다고 동생이 뭐 넌 돈도 부담 안 해도 된다는데 뭐가 기분 나쁘냐 이렇게만 생각하는 거는 사람의 마음을 충분히 이해하지 못하는 거예요.
Right. So just because if you think that your sister will be okay because you're not asking her to pay anymore, then you're not really trying to understand how the human mind works.
자기도 어느 정도 경제적으로 여유 있게 사는데 왜 그걸 언니만 부담하고 자기 부담 안 하면 자기가 조금 나쁜 사람처럼 또는 가족 관계에서 약간 뭔가 제대로 안 한 것 같은 그런 마음이 들 거 아니겠어요?
Because if she's well off financially, she's stable, but she does not contribute to a kind of a family man, then she feels like an outlier, right? And she feels like as if she didn't do enough.
그러니까 부담 안 해야 된다는 거를 너무 강조할 필요가 없습니다.
So there's no need for you to emphasize that she doesn't have to pay.
엄마가 원하는데 나는 그 엄마를 위해서 이걸 해드렸으면 좋겠다 해서 내가 결정을 했는데 내가 너희들 동의를 얻지 않고 결정해서 미안하다 이렇게 오히려 얘기해 주는 게 좋습니다.
Maybe approach like this. This is what mom wanted. So, I wanted to kind of do what she wanted, and I decided to go ahead and kind of support her wishes. Sorry I didn't reach out to the rest of you beforehand before I made that decision.
어떻게 생각하세요?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, I did email everybody and said that you're welcome to participate. You don't have to. Oh, that was through an email. And then when we actually met, she got angry at me.
She got angry at me.
But I understand.
I
what
understand.
Sunim is saying. I understand.
I understand.
제가 있는 이 시골에 노인들이 많습니다.
So there are a lot of old people in this rural village that I live in.
대부분 80 넘은 할머니들이 혼자 살아요.
Usually it's the women of 80 who are living with themselves.
그래서 집안 청소가 잘 안 됩니다.
That's why they have trouble kind of, cleaning their spaces.
그래서 우리가 자원봉사자를 모집해가지고 일주일에 또는 2주일에 한 번씩 가서 청소를 해줍니다.
So we, ask for volunteers and we go to their dwellings and clean their houses once or twice.
대부분 좋아합니다.
And most of them like it.
근데 몇몇 집은 거절하고 있습니다.
But some households they refuse our help.
왜 거절을 할까요?
Why would they refuse?
자녀들이 반대합니다.
Their children refuses on their behalf.
우리가 생각할 때는 자녀가 와서 청소를 해주든지 자녀가 못하면 우리가 가서 해주면 할머니한테는 좋잖아요.
From our rational perspective, we think, if the children can come down and clean their dwellings themselves, then it's great that they have volunteers coming in and doing that.
근데 자녀들 중에 일부는 그렇지 않게 생각합니다.
But, some children don't think that way.
자기가 와서 청소하는 거는 자기한테 부담이 되고.
Because if they have to come down themselves to this rural area, it becomes a burden to them.
다른 사람이 와서 청소하면 기분이 좋지 않습니다.
When somebody else, volunteer strangers, come and clean their parents' house on their behalf, then it doesn't make them feel good.
자녀도 아닌 사람이 와서 청소해 주는데 자녀이면서 청소도 안 해준다 이런 상황이 되잖아요.
Because they feel guilty. The dynamics that they feel is that they're their own children and they can't even clean. So having a stranger clean their parents' place on their behalf is not something that makes them feel good.
핑거.
그건 결국은 나쁜 자녀라는 뜻이 됩니다.
Because that makes them
Because
into
it makes
bad
them
children.
bad children.
그게 우리가 옆에서 구경하는 사람 입장에서 이해가 안 되죠.
It's very hard to understand the dynamics, the logic from somebody kind of looking at this as a third party.
이게 사람이에요.
But this is what we are as human
This
beings.
is when you're human.
그래서 그 자녀들이 와서 부모에게 불평을 합니다.
So the children come
Children
down, so they
come
complain
down,
to their own
complain
parents.
to their
왜냐면
parents.
오랜만에 집에 오면 엄마가 아이고 누가 와서 해줬다 누가 와서 해줬다 누가 와서 해줬다 이렇게 하면 아이고 그 사람들 감사합니다 이렇게 마음을 내는 사람도 있지만은 그 말을 들을 때 자기가 뭐 좀 나쁜 사람처럼 느껴지는 거예요.
So when they actually come
They
down
actually
and meet
come
with their
down
parents, visit with their parents,
parents.
you know, the parents naturally, because they've seen that for the first time in a long time, you know, kind of tells them, you know, who came and who came to help them out, who came in to clean and whatnot. You know, some children react very positively and say they're very thankful to those volunteers, but some children, you know, they feel guilty.
그래서 부모가 그런 말을 했다가 자녀가 기분을 안 좋아하니까 눈치를 보고 오지 말라고 하는 거예요.
And so some parents, when they see how the children react negatively to this news, you know, they then tell us not to come anymore.
여러분들 이게 이 심리 이해가 됩니까?
Do you understand this dynamic?
잘 안 돼요.
No?
그러니까 조상 묘소를 비석을 세우고 묘를 좀 예쁘게 가꾸고 싶습니다.
Say you want to really clean up your ancestors' tomb, grave area.
그래서 형제들에게 전화해서 묘에 비석도 세우고 잔도 좀 하고 하는데 너가 좀 부담할래? 이렇게 얘기했을 때 어떨까요?
So then you call up your siblings saying, you know what, so let's clean up our parents' tombs a little, you know, and spruce it up. Can we share the cost?
너가 안 하면 내가 다 부담할게. 이렇게 메일을 보냈다고 합시다.
I'll say you email them and say, you know what, if you can't, you know, help out with the new tombstones or clean the grounds, then I'll take care of it myself.
어떤 가족은 하자는데 반대하는 사람이 있습니다.
Then some parts of the, you know, somebody in the family probably will pipe up and oppose it.
나는 부담 못하겠다 하면 괜찮은데 왜 비석을 세워? 이렇게 그 뭐 때문에 하는데 이렇게 반대합니다.
You know, it'll be good so if you can't afford it to share the cost, you just say, you know what, I can't afford to share the cost. But instead of being honest and transparent like that, somebody will pipe up and say, you know what, why are you doing this? Right? What use is there? Why now?
그럼 자기가 부담하기에는 좀 돈이 좀 자기도 부담하기에는 돈을 내기에는 부담이 되고 묘에 갈 때마다 자기가 돈을 내지 않았는데 다른 사람이 내서 해놓으면 늘 위축되는 마음을 갖기 때문입니다.
And that's, you know, he opposes because can't afford to share the cost. At the same time, he doesn't share the cost, and you know, he ends up, he joins the family during all of this whatnot, and you know, pay homage to the ancestor. He'll always feel guilty, you know, at that place with that family for not having to share the cost.
근데 이제 옆에서 보면